800.
On what? On what?
On St. Peter's to win. Now it's plus 475, so the line's gone down.
Well, this game is really good. I can't believe it's tied. St. Mary's. Oh my God, St. Mary's. Yeah, they're walloping Indiana.
They're embarrassing Indiana.
You think Creighton can come back? I mean, they're only down 7. There's 13 minutes left.
Yeah, there's still the whole second half.
Oh, good if it goes.
Wow. Staring the camera down. This is bad radio. I actually started recording just to see if I could get some of you guys' reactions while we were watching here. But welcome to Dimes on Duval, everyone. We are live in the middle of day 1 of March Madness. It's officially day 1, right? We don't count the first 4.
I mean, there was the double overtime game Wednesday night.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game, but do we really count it as day 1? I don't. I'd say it's more like day 0.
Day 1 is when you don't turn your bracket in and it's too late, which is, today's day 1.
So technically today's day 1.
Which I didn't even realize. Did you did your bracket yesterday, right, Mike?
I did it last night after the Indiana-Wyoming game.
So before those, though, were you able to pick the Final Four or the 4 teams or whatever?
Yeah, you were able to pick them before.
Yeah, they do the pick.
So that would hurt you.
It would a little
Well, it
bit.
doesn't lock in until tip-off of today. So the brackets don't lock until 12:15 today.
But it doesn't count as an L if you picked. Okay,
no, you don't.
Okay.
Pick,
so if
you don't
picked Rutgers to go all the way to the championship, you wouldn't already be screwed.
You wouldn't be able to pick them because what they do is they do Rutgers or Indiana. Or sorry, Rutgers or Notre Dame.
You basically just pick the seed, and it's whoever.
Yeah, you pick the seed. You pick the specific seed.
I see.
Or specific matchup. One of those two teams.
Well, right now it's just hit 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and New Mexico State is up 1 on UConn, who just took a timeout. There's less than a minute left. There's already been some dang good games today already.
We were telling Scott earlier, this is the best 3 weeks of the year. The best 4 days in March. Actually, maybe this whole week has been fun with free agency starting, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But, I mean, the last 2 weeks of March and the first week of April is definitely the best time in sports.
And I mean, in this location too, you can't discount the fact that you get the players early in March and then bike week down in Daytona, which I mean, I know y'all don't care too much about, but
I thought it was kind of.
It's all sports around here.
Is a lot of sports,
Is the TPC usually this in the middle of March? Because I felt like it was in the middle of this year, or is it usually the first weekend of March?
I mean, early March. It's
I thought it was around the same time.
So in TPC. Free agency, March Madness.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
sounds about right.
Yeah,
dang, it's a pretty good week.
It is a very. Good
It used
week.
to be in May, so I mean, it's good that it's in March now.
But didn't they change it to May or from May because of the weather?
Well, it's mainly the heat, weather.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of ironic, all that rain and stuff like that.
They never had thunder or lightning, which you get thunderstorms more in May. So I mean, they had slight thunder, lightning, which.
Thunder and lightning aren't so frightening.
I guess. I mean, I'm scared of them. That's how I became kind of
a computer game. I was just.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Pajama Sam, way back in the day. But a local guy wins. That's great to see.
I mean, from Australia, but lives in Palm Valley.
Right.
Yeah, so you can find his house on YouTube. They have a YouTube tour of it, and
Mike's got a connection too.
Well, yeah, I mean, from what we understand, there's probably all sorts of connections throughout the town.
Yeah, a lot of people probably know him.
But it's cool. He's I honestly this was my favorite players of all time, that I've been alive for and seen. Just you had literally every element of weather involved. You had, it's always the best field in golf, and then nothing tops having a local guy win it. I always root for Furyk when he's in it, and Russell Knox, and
JU baby.
Yeah, and now Cam Smith here living in the area. I think it's really cool to support the guys that live in this area, and I think that helps a lot. With that weather, he had a home to go to versus a hotel room to go wait in. So
absolutely, I was really impressed by Lahiri. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Anirban Lahiri. He's hasn't been I didn't know him before the tournament.
Me neither. So. That's why I kind of latched onto him when I started watching.
Yeah, I mean he played really well. He stayed up there, and I mean Cam Smith had an electric round, shot 66 with 10 birdies, and then still had 4 bogeys. And I was out there with Eric. He was monitoring the gallery with that group, so walked around with him a little bit and watched some of the greatness of Cam Smith. And saw one of his bogeys on hole 9. Saw that shot on hole 10 where he just stuck it from like 153, 154. It was nice, but it's good seeing that. He's a good guy, super chill. So you can see that nothing got to him. He had, like I said, he started with 4 birdies in the round, had par or something, and then had like 3 straight bogeys to finish the front 9. But after that, he cranked it back up, got like 3 or 4 birdies in a row on the back 9. And
well, I liked you had at Coastal.
Yeah,
Harold Varner III.
Yep.
HV3.
Yep,
he was up there
HV3.
for a little while, wasn't he?
So with the weather on Friday, he was up there practicing. They asked him after his round on Saturday or one of the days how he spent the weather, and he said just hanging out, napping with the kids, and then had a board meeting. So I would assume the board meeting was what happened at Coastal, because he had the caddy and 2 other guys, and then. But it's really cool. It's just he's been in there before. Last time was about 3 years ago. He finished tied 7th, and had a hefty lump of cash handed to him, and so the same situation here. Finished tied 2nd with Russell Knox, 2 of the guys I was following, so they both did great. It's great to see that.
It is very good to see. Mike, I know you were heavily invested, weren't you?
Yeah, in March Madness.
Well, yeah, that's our next topic here. So, Skyler, I know you didn't get your bracket in time, and that's okay, but who you got winning it all?
I don't even know who's in it. Let's just say this is going to be probably anti-Gator of me. Let's go Tennessee.
I mean,
that's a fun pick.
They look good today.
They did. They were pretty dominant from start to finish.
Rocky Top is going to be celebrating at the end of March, I guess early April, whatever.
Yeah, usually that's how it rounds up to be. Mike, who did you have in yours again? I forgot.
Gonzaga, and they almost gave me a scare this evening.
Almost.
Georgia
I did
State.
too.
They were
yes,
tied at 58 with Georgia State, and then they went on an 18-20-0 run.
I mean, it sounds like they did give you a scare for a little.
Yeah, they definitely did. So
it was not great. I'm usually okay round 1, whatever. Usually one of my teams that's in the championship is a 1 seed, so I'm usually not worried at all. But yeah, no, Georgia State put up quite the fight. Props to them for that.
Did Florida get eliminated from the NIT already?
No, they play Xavier on Sunday.
Oh, the X.
Yes, who just fired their coach, so this will be interesting to see. They fired their coach after the win, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Mike White,
I
right?
mean, LSU fired their coach entering the tournament. Granted, situation.
We won the first NIT game,
and then they fired him,
and now they're in the second NIT game. It's just, I thought, usually if that happens, I feel like you've got someone lined up, like ready to go, and you're like, all right, this guy's a cancer or something. We need him out of here. But
well, so the LSU guy got fired after one NIT game. Is that what?
No, not LSU. Xavier.
No, Xavier guy did. LSU, he got fired right before they went.
He got fired because of allegations with the NCAA.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
different story.
What's with those LSU coaches?
That's really just the SEC basketball in general.
Well,
not Mike White. Mike White is a very good guy.
I know. I mean, he's in Georgia, right?
But that's why he didn't fit into the SEC. He's a good guy. He's not a cheater.
I mean, he's going back to Georgia now. He's head coach at Georgia, isn't that what I saw?
Well, yeah. But I mean, like,
so he stayed in the SEC.
The thing is with the SEC,
you gotta be scandalous.
You got to be scandalous to win, and he wasn't. And
so, are you implying Billy Donovan was the most scandalous coach in the SEC?
I don't know.
Probably was.
Why did he make a beeline to the NBA?
I don't know. Obviously you got to do something to compete with Calipari at Kentucky. So
yeah, exactly. And he's probably one of the biggest ones of all. But he's probably got enough hush money to not worry about that. So
and with the NIL deals, it's not going to be as much of a factor. That was a horrible miss. Sorry, by UConn's player. Shot it way right, air ball, a 3-pointer.
Yeah, New Mexico State's about to win this game. This is awesome.
UConn sucks. You want to change it to Kentucky game now?
That's 2 12 seeds today.
Yeah, that is a good point. 2 12 seeds have beaten 5 seeds, and it's been a while since I think the 5 has lost to the 12 in March Madness.
Well, I think like last year they were perfect or something like that, but that's usually where it happens. And like I saw an interesting stat on Richmond. Someone posted they're like 6-3 when they're a 12 seed, and every time they've won as a 12 seed, they've always made it to the Sweet 16.
They got an interesting test against the very lucky Providence Friars, so that'll be interesting to see. Anything else of note today? I mean, Baylor took care of business. North Carolina destroyed Marquette. Tennessee, Michigan beating Colorado State. That one pissed me off. That was a bad way to start the day.
And that was annoying because Colorado State had that game. They dominated the first half, and their their cold shooting came up, and they went 2 long streaks in the second half.
I don't think Michigan hit a 3 until the second half.
Yeah. So it was definitely a tale of two halves in that game, but Michigan earned it, and now they play Tennessee, who they look good today. So we'll see if Tennessee can get past Michigan, who I don't think Michigan should have been in the tournament, but that's just me and a lot of people actually.
You think Florida should have been in there instead?
No.
Get out of here with that. So I think we should really get to the meat and potatoes of the show, and that's going to be Jacksonville Jaguars free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, that's the first thing I'm going to say. I wasn't expecting that big of a splash. I'm happy that they made that big of a splash. But we're going to go through each player and kind of give like a thumbs up, thumbs down kind of thing. How about that? Does that sound all right?
That works for me.
Sure.
Okay, so first, guard Brandon Scherf from the Commanders. I mean, the Washington football team.
Well, he never suited for the Commanders.
Yeah, touche, yeah. So he was with the Washington football team. So do we like that? Do we not like that?
I think anything to protect Trevor Lawrence, you got to like, especially when it's a guy that you're familiar with. But so I'm thumbs up.
I'm thumbs up too, but I'm hesitant because I really think back of Zane Beadles, and it freaks me out a little bit because he sucked.
Yeah, Zane Beadles, I feel like might have been overhyped because, you know, Peyton Manning's really good at diagnosing pressure and, you know, having his line be positioned. So anyone that comes from the Peyton Manning offense and then like tries to transition to a Jaguars offense usually doesn't do it successfully. And I mean, just because it's it's a weird transition to go from a quarterback that knows where to look versus anyone else.
Sure.
So I give it a double thumbs up.
Oh.
I actually
2 thumbs up.
like Brandon Scherf because he is a former All-Pro and was a 5-time Pro Bowler. Granted, Pro Bowls are popularity contests and whatnot. Fine.
DJ Chark was a...
Yeah.
I mean, he was a good Pro Bowler that year. He deserved it, I feel like.
Anyway, the reason was Scherf, though, he was also a top 5 pick, and you don't take guards in the top 5 unless you think they're really good. And he turned out to be really good and still was pretty good until he decided to hit free agency, which I don't know why the Commanders didn't re-sign him or give him a franchise tag, but they ironically, they took our old guard and Andrew Norwell.
Yeah.
So you can have Andrew Norwell in his holding and his false starts. I'm good with that. I'll take Brandon Scherf, former top 5 pick, All-Pro. I 100% agree with that signing, and they needed it because their right guard stinks currently before Brandon Scherf. And it was A.J. Cann. So
Yeah,
I'm good
Cann
on
was not
A.J.
good.
Cann. But I do think also another thing for me.
Well, they re-signed Will Richardson, right?
I think they already
They did, yeah.
Yeah,
so
they did.
You think he's going to be at right guard instead of Can?
Maybe they might put. I think Scherf is a right guard, if I'm not mistaken.
He is.
He is? Okay, so they might.
Yeah. According to this free agency
Yes,
website,
it'll be
overthecap.com.
So will it be Cam and Walker on the left side?
No, it'll probably be Barch on the left side as a left guard. But why I think Brandon Scherf will be really good is because he went to Iowa. You take those big boys from the Big Ten.
Right.
Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan. You take those big boys. You take those big boys.
Nebraska,
exactly. So you take those big offensive guards, tackles from those schools.
Corn-fed.
Exactly. So I am
100%
on board with the Brandon Scherf signing.
Plus, it gets cold there, and those guys like get used to that climate. And then, like when they block in that, and when they're good in that climate, you're good. You're good for playoff football.
I was gonna say, like, they're good. Does that mean they're good in the heat? I mean, maybe they didn't re-sign him. Back to your point, Mike, because he's 31 and they didn't want to pay him what we were gonna pay him. So
7 years in the league, it'll hurt. But I mean, now he's still got a few more years, hopefully. And then next contract, it'll also be probably the same time as Trevor Lawrence's contract. So we'll see.
Next on my list is wide receiver Christian Kirk from the Cardinals. You go ahead, Skyler. Yeah.
Like half a thumbs up. I think I'm just gonna throw Zay Jones in there with it. I think together it's a thumbs up, but as individual players, it's half thumbs up.
Okay.
Little
Why do you think that?
Little nubbins. I just want to see a guy that I feel like can take control of the offense at the wide receiver position and can pretty much dominate. And I mean, I just need to go back and watch Christian Kirk some more. But correct me if I'm wrong, but he doesn't have a 1,000-yard season, does he?
He does
I don't
not
believe he does.
He has
no.
not had a 1,000-yard season.
And I mean, in my opinion, you've been in the league for 4 years.
982 last year.
It's close, but I mean, I want a 1,000-yard receiver. Zay Jones probably is that guy to an extent, but like, so he has no 1,000 yards receiving either.
No.
So that's my point. Yeah, it's like they're receivers to help Trevor Lawrence, and that's great. But Allen Robinson was out there, and he's got history here in Jacksonville and such, and he just signed with the Rams today, and I think I would have been really happy with him. He's a guy that can go up and get it. Is Jarvis Landry now a free agent? Has he been released?
He is still a free agent.
What about Julio?
Julio, he's got too many injuries, but I am a fan of Julio in general. But I think Landry, maybe you look at him as an option. He's had his injuries in the past, but he's been playing with Baker, and he's always been really good, even with Baker.
I think we're just going to go with the draft route. I think we're going to draft someone, and that's going to be our number one receiver, because neither of these guys, let's just go ahead and lump them both together, because they're both new receivers.
We got 3 Marvin Joneses on the offense.
Yeah, Zay Jones comes from the Raiders, and his most receiving yards in a season was 652 back in 18. Last year he showed a little bit towards the end of the season when Henry Ruggs, got into his situation, but it still wasn't much. He had 1 touchdown last year. That's not what I want. He looked like a Jaguar receiver last year.
What's up with that Jaguars logo there too, dude? That eye.
It is very strange. You're right. That eye does not look right. That's weird. Huh, I wonder where they got the logo from. But Kirk, he'll be a decent guy, but he's not a 1, and that's what we need.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. My point. Exactly. It helps Lawrence, sure, but we need 1s.
But the problem is people are like, oh, we paid him so much. People are making fun of us. If you don't overpay a receiver, at least in the Jag situation, if you're not going to overpay the receiver, we're going to have the exact same situation we had last year, where we're depending on Laquan Treadwell and.
Well, I think it's funny though.
Ding ding.
I think
can't even think of all their names right now. They all just sucked.
I love how though the fact that they gave him so much money just like made all the other GMs like not know what to do when it came to the receiver position.
Oh no, it really screwed up the market. People were pissed at him, which I honestly thought, hats off to Balky for that.
So I actually love the Christian Kirk signing. The reason why I love it is because they're only paying him $1.5 million this year. That was the contract details. And next year,
I got it right here.
$15.5 million, I believe. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he's only guaranteed $39 million of the
47.
Yeah. So or $37 million.
37
guaranteed
37
17
is the guaranteed money. So out of the 4 years, he's really probably going to only see 2 for about $21 million. Not terrible. And after 2 years, they cut him. Big deal. So,
well, what receivers are out in college right now that we plan to go for either this year or next year?
I have that.
I can name like 7. There's
here we go. Oh, I just had.
Well,
it right
I like
here.
Olave from is that the Ohio State?
Chris
guy?
Olave from Ohio State. Yeah, him and Garrett Wilson are 2 of the top ones according to the combine.
They'll be gone by pick 20.
Drake London is up there too. He'll probably be gone by the time we draft. I think we'll be falling into the Jameson Williams category. There's
I've seen Pickens linked to us a bunch.
Pickens, yeah. I've seen.
I like
another
Justin
guy
Ross.
with injuries.
Justin Ross, because he's familiar with Lawrence for a little bit, so no different than how you get chased with Burrow.
That you can't go chasing that though. You cannot.
No, you can't. But it doesn't hurt to have that like our connection already. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, that worked.
Because that helps.
I guess we'll see with Etienne.
We already have that coming up. We don't need to do another full Clemson team. We don't need to do that. I think you go for the best player, and our receiver need was amplified with signing with Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, letting go of DJ Chark.
Visca should have a heavy role this year, right?
Absolutely not. I hope we trade him.
I'm still waiting for some news to see that he's gone because I've got this cup from the games last year. It's got Miles Jack on it, who's gone.
Oh, no.
James Robinson, who will be back, but Visca's on there. I'm like, why is Visca on?
So the receivers that will probably be there in the second round will probably be Jamison Williams. Maybe, I'm not expecting him to. Jahan Dotson, Christian Watson, Calvin Austin, Jalen Tolbert will be the receivers that should be there in the early second. And in the third round, maybe Sky Moore, maybe George Pickens.
It's a deep receiver draft. There's a lot of guys that are going to be, I think, decent. I think Trey Turner from Virginia Tech is pretty good. Where's that guy I was looking at earlier? No, that guy's just going to be a returner. I was told Britton Covey from Utah is just a return guy. He's not going to be a good receiver. From my friend Alma, loyal listener. He knows Utah football, so... I think we'll find someone and we'll hopefully make that person the number one receiver, and these other guys can come out and actually figure out what their role is. And well, I mean, again, I hate saying this, but we'll just have to wait and see. So we'll wait and see. And now we go to the next person, staying with the offense, Evan Ingram from the Giants, tight end.
I like it. We need a tight end. Doug Peterson loves using his tight ends in regards to the offensive game plan. He used, Zach Ertz in Philly, and made Zach Ertz look pretty damn good. So I do love the signing. 1 year for $9 million isn't terrible. I'll take it any day. And
kind of a prove-it deal.
Are we going to have Dan Arnold this year, right, still?
Yeah, we still have Dan Arnold.
Arnold, Oshak Hennessy is not re-signed as of now, so...
Oh, well. I mean, I think Arnold and Ingram together...
You said, oh, well.
Yeah.
I agree. I just hope that Evan stays healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be
the most
everyone
stays
thing,
healthy.
obviously, but I mean, he dealt with a lot of injury.
Evan stays healthy and everyone else gets hurt, according to Keith.
Shut up. So. I mean, he played 15 games last year, but he was hampered a little bit from some injuries from a couple years ago. He doesn't. Excuse me. Well, that was a nice burp right in the mic. He doesn't score TDs. I mean, he's got
Not
3.
with Daniel Jones. With Trevor Lawrence, though?
Yeah. And that's what I really think will be interesting with these receivers and Evan Ingram is having Trevor throw to him. I mean, you had Kyler Murray, who's
He's
Kyler
good.
Murray. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's good or bad. He's just kind of
He can't
average.
hit the high throws as well because he's short.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
someone said the very first thing when we got Kirk, they were like, it's going to be crazy when Kirk turns around to face the line of scrimmage when he's running away and he actually sees his quarterback's head.
Imagine with just a look back and you see a ball float out of nowhere.
It's like the little cannons that shoot the balls out at like training camp and stuff like that. That's exactly what it's like. But I think Ingram will be a good addition.
I love the comparison, like when people say like Kyler Murray looks like a bad kid, like running away from like a spank.
yeah, because he takes very short strides, so it definitely looks like he's a little child just running
You could
away.
put like the crusty crab, like a Eugene Krabs.
Oh yeah,
scampered.
Moving to the defensive side of the ball, quarterback Darius Williams from the Rams, hometown boy from Creekside. Skyler, your
classmate.
Alma mater?
classmate? Yeah, I was trying to think, like, was he a classmate? Were you classmates with him?
I was in an academy class and he was in that same academy, and it was a small class. It was only like 13 kids, so we had each year was the same kids for however long they were in school for. He was only one grade above me, so for 3 years we had class together.
Was he, I don't know how much football you watched when he was there, but was he a two-way? Obviously, like, did he play receiver or?
So I mean, he was used in situations with the speed. Like, I believe he returned punts every now and then. He was track, basketball, and football. So he's three-way star that way. He always had the speed. He always had like the length and the height. He was always just a little smaller.
He's 5'9". I was like, what height does he have?
For a cornerback, 5'9" not bad. Like, well, I guess 5'9" average. I guess
It's a little below average, I think, these days at least.
5'9", I feel like is underselling him. I don't know, but I haven't seen him since high school. So But,
So this picture right here doesn't look like him.
He's got more hair.
But I mean, I like the signing. I
Yeah,
think
no, absolutely.
He's going to be huge for those cornerback, our core that we have right now. I mean,
I think with
that's pretty much one of the few position groups that's locked in right now. I think we have everybody we need for that.
Yeah, I mean, with the way Campbell started performing on the back half of the season, Shaq Griffin, he's not an elite cornerback, but at the start of the season too, he had his hands on the ball in each of the first 3 games. He just needed to actually come down with the ball, and hopefully he could do that. So, but I think you have Darius there in the slot. I think that's what's intended, and I think those are really 3 solid guys that are going to make it tough. And then hopefully we see Cisco instead of Wingard, ball hawking and whoever the other safety
Please,
is.
Lord, please. New coach, maybe. I don't know.
So
we'll see.
I like the Darius Williams signing. It's definitely a good addition to the cornerback room. I just think he might be a little too undersized for when going up against good receivers and taller receivers.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but when they would face Tampa, you would see him on Gronkowski every now and then, and Gronk would still make a catch. But yeah, I mean, obviously, that's what you're hoping doesn't happen is the undersized, but he makes up with a lot with his speed and his ball awareness, and I think he's just really good at awareness. Just that helps so much.
Well, I mean, he's not Jalen Ramsey, but
but he worked with him, so he knows how he trains, and I mean, he's got a great story from how he worked. Justin Barney, I think, shared some of the info. He went to 3 colleges, told he wasn't good enough to walk on at UAB, but then did,
which is incredible.
Had no stars out of high school, So, I mean, he must have just grinded and just kept going, and I mean, that's the kind of guy you want on your team anyway.
Absolutely.
So,
the guys that are determined, hardworking.
Regardless of him being local, that's just a bonus. But
for sure, I really like that signing a lot. That kind of reminded me of just good guy Calais Campbell. He's got that good guy vibe. He's the complete opposite of Jalen Ramsey, which is what we need.
He's very quiet, reserved.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I mean, he didn't talk much in class. So,
all right, God, these next 2. I saved these for last because I don't know how to say it. I even went on Google while we were talking to try and see how to say their names. So forgive me, fans. Foye
insert proper name here.
Aluokun from the Falcons. I don't know how to say it, but he's the linebacker.
I would say Alukin.
Alukin. Alualu. Oh, wait,
no. Not Tyson.
Not Tyson. Alu. But yeah, I'll figure out how to say it.
Well,
I went on Wikipedia. They usually have the pronunciation, and it wasn't there. So
we'll figure it out week 1 of the of Hall of Fame game. Well, I don't think he'll play week 1 of preseason when he subs in, and then the broadcaster's like, "A new free agent signing for Alukan."
Well, I'll go first on this one. I like this one a lot. He is an established tackler. He's good against the run, which is something that we need in our division.
How many tackles did he have last year?
He led the league in tackles.
He led the league
year.
with
I think
102.
102.
So good to know that we have a guy that can make a tackle.
Yeah.
I'm all about wrapping up instead of the crap that some of our secondary decided to pull last year, where go for the ankles and then completely miss.
Are we talking about Andrew Wingard?
I'm talking about most of them back there. I mean,
Wingard's the worst.
A lot. What was it? That Derrick Henry run where he.
To be fair, no one can really tackle Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but I mean, they were just going for clips. You can't clip that guy. You got to wrap up. So.
To be fair, it's Derrick Henry.
We're really sorry about this. I know we're all talking right now, but we're all pretty invested in this St. Peter's, Kentucky game. It's tied at 75 in overtime. It's a good game. I wish I was calling it.
Nah.
I'm not that skilled. Never mind. So,
but happy with Foye for sure.
Yeah, because he replaces Miles, and which we'll get into the cuts here in a little bit. But I think Foye is going to be a really good addition. He can play any position.
He'll wear the green dot too.
Yeah, he actually can wear the green dot compared to Miles Jack, who did not.
Well, he wore it. He just couldn't play well when he had it on.
Yeah, which is a concern for me.
Which is something that I kind of wish we got to see, with Miles Jack not having to wear it and take some pressure off of him. But you know what? It's business at the end of the day, and it is what it is. So the other one is Lorenzo Farukazi from the Jets, a defensive tackle.
Run stop. I can't speak. run-stuffing defensive tackle, which we all know Jaguars needed that last year with any running back because it was a field day for any running backs against the Jaguars.
Yeah, and with Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor in your division, you're going to need some run stoppers.
I just realized it's like you could say run DNT because it's like defensive nose tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Run DNT. Oh, instead of run DMC. Yeah. I mean, is he going to be good? I mean, he comes from the Jets. How good can you be from the Jets? I don't know.
I mean, Jets weren't terrible on defense last year. They just had no offense.
Yeah,
you got to also put it in the perspective of being a player. How hard are you going to try for the Jets?
This is true, too.
So he's got his energy saved up. It'd be no different than how when was it Aaron Ross who was here and he said, I went to Jacksonville for like a paid vacation. What's his first name?
Oh, yeah.
It was Aaron
Ross.
It
Yeah,
was
what a
Aaron
dick.
Ross.
And then he went to the Bills and sucked or something like that.
Well, he
just
sucks
couldn't-
anyways.
Yeah.
His wife was the only reason he was famous, to be fair.
Yeah, Sandra Richard Ross.
Yeah, the one. No, was it?
Pretty
You're
sure
thinking
that
of-
was the track athlete that was married to.
It was, but I don't
Yeah.
think that was her name. I
I
could be
don't
wrong
know.
with the name, but she was a track star
Yeah,
for
she
the
was-
U.S.
she was
Olympic team.
amazing.
Google Sonia Richard Ross and see.
You got your phone in your hand. You do
I'm
it.
texting my dealer.
He only has 2 sacks in his career, so doesn't look like that's
You are
his
correct.
niche.
It is Sonia Richards Ross.
Good job, Mike.
I
Good
thought
job,
it was
Scott.
something different. I don't know why.
Well, I just remember she came to the stadium and raced Jackson, I think, or someone who had no chance.
Yeah.
It was like when the Braves do the ice freeze guy
The freeze, yeah.
Well, same
But he
here.
actually lost. I saw him lose one time, which was pretty cool.
in person.
No, it was just,
okay.
on that. Which,
Oh
by the way,
my
Skyler, to interrupt
goodness.
real quick, baseball's back.
It is back, yeah.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
Yeah, I was
I'm
wrong
so
on
hyped.
that one. I was wrong on that one.
I mean, it took a little bit. It wasn't like back on time.
No, it wasn't.
It's like me at work. It's late.
John
Well, let's wrap up on that. Mike, what are you about to say?
I was say John Calipari looks like one of those disappointed fathers in his kids after they do something stupid, and it's hilarious because Kentucky is now down 3 with 56 seconds to go.
Love the bench. The bench is awesome.
So yeah, that's all the signings as of right now. I think it's a pretty good list. I think it's way better than last year, for damn sure.
Yep.
Not even close to being as good as 17 was, but it's respectable. It's something that we needed to do. So we turn the page and now look at the people that have left the Jaguars, starting off with who we already touched on, Miles Jack. So
See ya. Business move. That's all it is.
goes to the Steelers.
Which I think it's funny he's going to the Steelers after the iconic gif of him doing the L.
Yeah, the L.
over
Throwing
the
up L.
helmet.
That was fantastic.
Yeah,
that
I'm
was his best moment, though.
I'm surprised the team would welcome that. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah,
they
Steelers
don't care.
but the fans will be like, "Are you
That's
kidding me?"
That's my point, really. Yeah.
Somebody was like, Miles Jack wasn't down, but he won't be back or something like that. And it's like, damn.
Or it was like he wasn't down to sign a contract. Like,
Yeah,
down
or
to
something
resign.
like that. I mean, I like the dude. He's a nice guy. I'm okay with him walking, though.
He's gone. See ya.
It is what it is.
What about his connection with Iceman? What happens there?
I'm sure he's still, I mean, if he wants to keep
I mean,
ownership,
still
he'll
make
keep
money, right?
ownership.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not going to let the business expenses, like his income ain't going to change. That's something
Exactly.
different.
The Texans get 2 Jaguars in A.J. Cann and Dare Ogunbowale.
LOL times 2. So have
Yeah.
fun with that, Houston.
I like Dare. He's a nice guy.
Are
Not
they,
that great.
Are they in a
Not
rebuild
really him.
again?
Texans, I mean, they got to figure out what they're doing at QB. I guess it depends
Matt
on what
Ryan,
they
right?
what they get back. Yeah, well, it depends on what they get back. And the word is right now, nothing confirmed, but it looks like Deshaun Watson might be traded to the Falcons. And some mock trades have seen like pretty big hauls for them to get back, but I don't think it'll be anything immediate. It'll be something for the future. So
Do you think Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback or second best quarterback in the division?
Well,
Or maybe best, because you can make an argument about Tannehill stinks.
I would say he's the best.
I mean, Tannehill's just a glorified game manager, so I don't really think he's that great. I think Trevor can make better throws than
I
Ryan
think
Tannehill
Trevor's
can
right now the second best quarterback in the division, until proven otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, Davis Mills and
TBD, because Colts don't have a
yeah.
quarterback.
So who is it?
Potentially
Brissett
Mayfield or
who
Minshew.
do they have right now? Who's their backup quarterback?
I don't think they're going to ride with Brissett again.
I don't
if
think
he's-
so
if,
either,
If
but-
he's still there, I don't think
Who's
he's
it? Curtis Painter?
Curtis Painter. No, that's no, it's not Curtis Painter. It's
I would love to see Minshew in Seattle though, with Wilson gone. just
Hang on, I'm
because
pulling
he
up
used to play in that stadium in college.
I'm pulling up the Colts roster right now.
People are talking about Minshew to Seattle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
Sam
exactly what I'm
Ellinger.
That's what he
Sam
said.
Ellinger is the quarterback right now.
Sure.
What isn't he from Washington or
He's
something?
from Texas.
Oh, okay.
No, not quite.
bad product. Bad goods there.
Yeah, no, you're not good from Texas. Sorry.
Yeah. What are you, Colt McCoy?
Clipboard Jesus? Yeah, so goodbye to Can. Goodbye to Goomba Wale. Taven Bryan to the Browns is hilarious. I've seen like 3 YouTube videos of people, Browns fans like, this is why the Taven Bryan edition is a good thing. It's like,
Have fun
What
with
way?
that, Cleveland.
the guy is, it's a shame.
He
He
is
shouldn't
an-
have been drafted that high.
He is in contention for the biggest bust in the first round for the Jaguars.
There's
on the
a lot of
team-
people in contention for
Yes,
that.
but
Unfortunately,
I'm saying,
yes, you are correct.
and based on
Not Blake Bortles, though.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's a topic we talked
He's
about
not
a
a
long
bust.
time ago.
He's
Yes,
not
he
a
is.
He's not a bust. He's not a
Yes,
bust.
he is.
He's
To
still
get
in
to
the
the
league.
AFC Championship, what bus gets to the AFC Championship?
Yeah, Justin Blackman couldn't even stay on the field. He's too busy getting high.
I think it's more alcohol because the players today still
Touche.
get high.
Yeah, touche.
Blake Bortles is a bust. You will not change my mind on that. But in regards to Taven Bryan, he is up there because he was drafted to be a key contributor on that 2017 team.
I'm not gonna argue on Bryant, but Blake's not a bust.
Yes, he is.
Taven, all he has is one move, and it's bull rush, and it works 0% of the time.
He's got one sack.
It worked
no,
one game.
it worked 1 out of every
It worked
60
one game.
snaps,
It worked
600
one
snaps.
game. So good for
during
him.
Buffalo.
Yeah, everyone
the
was
biggest
getting
game.
Everyone was getting to Josh Allen at that time.
Other than that, the last one I have on the list is probably the biggest name is DJ Chark to the Lions.
Not
So,
surprising. We paid up for Christian Kirk and Zay Jones. DJ wasn't coming back.
Do you think Detroit tries to make a move in the draft? I mean, I think they might try to trade 2 to 1, and we try to go back just one spot. Do you think they like Malik Willis enough? They love him enough to try to get him? No.
I don't think so.
I think if they're going to trade up, they're going to trade up for Aiden Hutchinson. They're trading up for their hometown kid. I don't think they're trading up for.
God, I hope they do. God, I hope they do. I hate him.
I
I
don't
don't want
want-
him. I'm sorry. We haven't really gotten into our draft talk yet, but I don't want Hutchinson.
I'm iffy on him.
Yeah, I don't want him either. I mean,
I'm going to
but
watch some more film to do my due diligence, but I
who's-
just don't like him.
Who's 99 from Georgia?
Jordan Davis, he's too
Yeah.
fat.
Come on now. He ran so fast.
Yeah,
for
he
how
ran
big he
fast,
is.
but that means
This is
nothing
true,
to me.
he do.
That means nothing to me.
That's
Why does that mean nothing to you?
40-yard dash is such a garbage exercise for these athletes to run. It means nothing because they run with pads.
I think it means something
Well,
for the nose tackle. who is
Correct. But you
380
say
pounds.
he's too fat, but what does the fatness have to do with
He won't
that?
be able to stay on the field long. He's not going to be a 3-down
So you don't think he
lineman.
has enough conditioning?
Yes. You can run 40 yards for 2 tries.
I think you pair him with Fadakase and go to town and have Josh Allen eat up that
Nice
edge.
pronunciation. I don't know if you're right or not, though.
Well, hey, we'll find out.
I just don't. I mean, I think
Batukazi.
Jordan Davis will be fine. I just don't think he's going to be conditioned enough to stay on the field for all 3 downs.
I don't think
Or,
he needs to be on all
3-down
downs.
linemen. If you're drafting him in the first round, you better hope he's a 3-down lineman.
Well, I think you put
That's
Fadakase down 1. Run
Wait, are
stopping.
you giving serious consideration of taking him at 1 overall?
No, I'm saying we trade back. That's what I mean.
I want to trade back, too.
He might be there at 33, but we have bigger needs in
You think
defensive tackle.
I don't think he makes it to 33. I think he's probably picked up like 16, 15.
I think he could make it to 33.
I think the 40
Who?
yard.
Wait, I missed that.
Jordan
Davis.
Jordan Davis.
I think his 40 ran him into 15.
I don't know. But
I get what I
fall in love with that kind of
I
stuff.
get what you're saying, but you can't. I mean, speed on the defensive line like that, and with that size, it's a rare size for that speed. To I mean,
I guess we'll have to do a little more, and we'll do a draft episode here real soon, so we can dive into all of
is
that.
the other defensive tackle better?
Which one?
The other Georgia.
Oh, Thibodeau? Oh, from Georgia. Never mind. Oh,
I don't know the name, but I think he might be.
Just a little bit more athletic,
Yeah.
better with the hands.
Mm-hmm.
sure. I guess.
So
I
we
don't
get
know.
him 1 and get Davis at 33.
No. We need to draft a receiver in the second round.
Receiver number 1.
No.
33?
33, and then in the third round we take a running back because we need to help. Because I don't trust the fact that we're having 2 running backs coming off career-threatening injuries to be 100% healthy at all next year.
What are your thoughts on Rojo or Fournette out of Tampa?
Pass. I'm good.
Not even if it's just like
Nope.
third stringer.
Fournette's not taking a third string job anywhere. Neither will Ronald Jones.
Okay, well, what about Thibodeau? Do you think?
Is he better than Hutchinson, Mike?
I mean, through 3 years, yeah. But the thing is, Thibodeau, people just don't like him. His attitude is just pissing people off.
Yeah,
He's
we
a
don't need attitude.
He's a me guy, is what people are saying, which can be a good thing and can be a bad thing. Who does that remind you of?
Mike Yaschi.
Jalen Ramsey.
I was thinking Yannick
Yannick
Ngakoue, Dante
Ngakoue.
Fowler. I mean, granted,
That's what got
Dante
us.
Fowler's on like his 8th team, and Yannick Ngakoue's on his 4th team since he
We're
left
gonna
in
see him-
2020.
We're going to see him twice a
He's
year.
been now on the Jaguars. Yannick Ngakoue has been on the Jaguars, the Vikings, the
Ravens.
the Raiders, and now the
Colts.
That's hilarious.
I mean-
But I'm so good. I command a $3 trillion contract.
Wow, Kentucky's about to lose this game. Wow.
Let's go, St. Peter's. Oh yeah, that guy. That guy's a bro.
John Calipari looks like he's about to cry.
I think I had Kentucky going to like the Sweet 16.
I had him in the Final Four, so that hurts my
Ooh.
bracket significantly.
Actually, I got mine right.
Calipari is the most overrated coach in college basketball, in my opinion.
He's a weenie.
He's the best recruiter, maybe.
Kentucky.
because he pays the
shit,
players.
Yeah,
Well-
you're right. I had him Elite 8.
I almost had them in the.
Oh, okay, I didn't have him in the Final Four.
I thought I had UCLA, but I had them in the.
Oh, look at the fans crying. Poor Kentucky.
That's a player.
Well, no, they showed a fan prior. You're late on the look. That always happens. Every time I try to say, look at that, it's gone.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Okay, rapid fire. Do you want this guy back or not? Norwell.
Hell no, he's already gone. He's in Washington.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. They just haven't updated this. I'm skipping him because we already know the answer to that. Trey Herndon.
He signed just today. He already resigned.
He did?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was announced like
Okay,
2
cool.
hours ago.
Shaq Hennessy.
Nope.
I don't mind to a cheap contract.
Okay. Adam Gotsis.
Oh, yeah, we did re-sign Trey Herndon.
Okay.
I would.
Gotsis.
would?
I like odds. I like
We need
Gotsis.
to have as much pressure as possible right now off the
Yeah.
edges. We have nothing.
Well, that's why we're getting Hutchinson.
Oh, switch to San Diego State. There's 2 seconds left. Or 34 seconds left. With
We
2
interrupt
games.
this broadcast. Ooh,
Where
the
is
Cubs
it?
and the White Sox.
Shut up.
Did
Cubs are going to
San Diego
suck
State.
this year.
You missed it.
I did.
Whoa,
I did.
whoa, whoa.
Oh, here it is.
you see Chris
They're not going to be
Bryant?
good. Yeah,
Chris-
he just signed a huge deal.
We're catching the last 35 seconds of this
Javier
game,
to
and then it's
Detroit.
going to be the end of the recording probably because there's nothing left.
Yeah. Let's see. Anybody else? Mickens? No.
No, not special teams.
Dakota Allen?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Like for Death, he's fine. Well, I mean, he might play. I don't know who's. You got Foye. I honestly don't know the linebackers now. 'Cause
Honestly, I haven't done a lot of research. I've just had TweetDeck open all day, every day, just to see what's been going on.
we're reacting with you guys.
Yeah, so what you listeners know probably might be more than what I know, because I'm just kind of
You're not supposed to say that.
as of right now, not later.
Yeah,
Once I
no.
do my research, I'll be good.
It's been a busy
And-
week. I gouged my finger.
And we've got some
Players
brackets
is-
already eliminated in my pool.
Yeah, be safe.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They had Kentucky win it at all?
6 people had Kentucky winning it all.
Wow.
And they
Good
are
Lord.
done after one night.
Then those people paid you $20.
$10.
Okay. Wow.
Let's
Suckers.
see. Let's see if there's any loyal listeners. Kevin. Sucks, Kevin.
Your brother Kevin? Or-
Yes, my brother
Okay.
Kevin. And one of my friends, Mike, he listens as well.
Sorry, Kevin. I don't feel bad. Actually, I'm not sorry. So yeah, I don't feel
He
bad.
changed.
Did-
Okay, I love how he changed it in Dimes on Duval pool. He put Gonzaga to
Did
win
you
it all.
did you get him that sweet tea? Is he?
I went down there and
we gave our winner the prize, guys.
from a long time ago. So I remember because I only saw him for like a day or half a day. The problem is he was leaving to Texas the next day. So what I did is I told him, hey, Skyler sent me the money for the gallon of sweet tea. I'm going to send it to you. I can't send you a gallon of sweet tea from the Chick-fil-A app because I'm not a red member. Or no,
Oh,
sorry,
man.
signature
A
member.
signature member, yeah. Come on.
So
get it
I
right,
said,
Mike.
you know what? I'll just give you the money for it and just get it, whatever. He's like, okay, that's fine.
Is there any Chick-fil-A's where he's at?
In Fort Worth, yeah, but I'm not going to be able to go to Texas.
Well,
for
I
long.
mean, I was gonna say in the app you could just have pick up at the restaurant, pick the restaurant closest to him, and then
Yeah, but knowing I don't know what his schedule looks like, I'm just not even bother with
You
that.
got to communicate with him. But point being, our winner got his prize, cash prize.
Yeah, technically a cash prize.
What is it, $3?
It was like $3-4, yeah.
Am I allowed to do breaking news?
Sure.
Of course.
Not allowed.
What happened?
According to this inside source that I get from my friend JJ, this is a text exchange about Deshaun Watson to Atlanta. Quote, "The deal is done. Not announced, but it's done," says blurred out name. Obviously has connect with blurred out name. He said 2 first-rounders and 1/3. He's talking to somebody right now about different stuff, but been on the phone for an hour at the happy hour. Something's definitely going down. They're talking about structuring deferral compensation. I'm watching the acquisition being financially planned out with my eyes. So,
Well,
Deshaun Watson to Atlanta. You can say Keith was your source if you really want to.
About 95% certain here.
I'm the source from the source from the source. I'm third down the line, so you'll be fourth down the line.
The St. Peter's Peacocks, guys.
Nice. They're flashing their feathers
Peacocks,
tonight.
baby. They're great. I like them.
I should have live bet that.
Scott took them to like the national championship in NCAA way back in the day.
Oh,
That's why I like
NCAA March Madness when that was a game.
Yeah,
That was one of the best games.
great game.
They had JU on it.
Yeah.
They had UNF
let's-
on
I
it.
played with you.
Well, we have
JU
a
all the
buzzer
time.
beater. We're the first buzzer beater of the night,
That-
of the weekend.
Creighton, San Diego State with 9.1 seconds remaining. Inbound for San Diego State on the left side.
This is completely bad radio, by the way.
Who
Well,
cares? I'm calling it. Drives into the
Oh,
lane. They
foul
call a foul
call.
on the floor. No shot. 6.4 seconds remaining. That's Creighton's. Is that the Duke guy?
Duke.
can't see that.
He plays for Creighton.
O'Connell or O'Donnell?
That's him up there, 5. Yep.
So
That's
he's a
O'Connell.
transfer from Duke?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no one
he's-
likes him. He thinks he's hot shit, but he's not. Which is why he's at Creighton.
Let's
not
see.
Duke.
Yeah. Oh man,
Man,
he
fouls,
touched.
ooh.
He touched a no-no zone.
He Jimmy tapped him.
Yeah.
This is what the fellas
This
call
is
it.
probably a good
Touched his
ending.
power source.
We'll wrap it up.
Real quick, I've got a local update for March 26th. So coming up, not quite yet. The first annual. I hate when people say that. I'm taking that back. You didn't hear me say that. The first time to the 2022
inaugural.
the inaugural 2022 San Marco Beer Festival. So it's an event hosted by the San Marco Merchant Association and Art Wolf, if you're familiar with them. It starts on Saturday the 26th. It goes from 1 to 5 p.m. It's in Ballast Park, which is right on San Marco Boulevard. If you've ever been there, it's a really nice little park. So there'll be craft beers from 20 different local breweries. If you buy a ticket, it allows you to sample any of the brews you choose. There'll be live music, string theory, classic rock, and the John Lumpkin Institute, which is jazz. And, of course, San Marco's best food. All the good stuff. Tepes. Have you been there yet?
Teppies.
Yeah, it's a longer word. Tepiolote or something like that, but I just call them Tepes. They're right there
is
behind
that
the
like
Shell near King Street.
I've never been there. Is that hit like Spanish food?
It's really good Mexican food. It's like authentic Mexican food. So like a little bit more high class than if you went to like Do You Want a Flats or Moe's or
How is
something.
their street
Oh,
corn?
I guess we just missed the ending of that game.
Well, it's going to overtime. He missed it.
I missed the free
62.
throw?
I don't think it was a shooting foul. So I guess they turned it over somehow, something. Or
Yeah,
I guess
there
they
you
missed
go.
a 1-on-1. Yeah, they missed it.
Oh, well.
Good thing I have YouTube TV and I can just go back and yeah, that's it. They
So get your
drove and-
TVs on True TV or is the station that the Creighton game is on. I mean, when you listen to this, it's going to be tomorrow.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So, but with the San Marco Beer Fest, you can go on to sanmarcobeerfest.com to get your tickets. Online pre-sale are $55.
Well, how is their street corn? You never answered.
Oh, the street corn? I don't think I had that actually. The elote?
I don't know. Is that
That's what you call it. Elote.
no habla español? Pequeño español.
Go to Lola's.
Sí? Lolas?
No, Lola's, the restaurant. They've got really good street corn. That's my recommendation.
I like Taco Lou's street corn. I mean,
Actually, I haven't been to Taco Lou in I don't know how long, but you've got it right next to you at work, so that makes
Yeah.
sense. Designated drivers fee free. Oh, I thought it said fee. I was like, dang, they charge you for a DD.
that's cool. I mean,
Minors are allowed. They must be supervised by a parent or guardian. And yeah, there's a lot of different places out there. So just throwing that out there just for something different if you like beer.
I think it's a great way to discover what's in your area too. I mean,
absolutely.
Most people, I guess, they're going to be cautious and worried to go out at night on their own. But like when you have this festival type of setup, it's great just to get familiar with the area, and then you meet some people out there too. So
absolutely,
that sounds fun. I will probably be busy. I'll be at Sawgrass with Tim Tebow that day. So.
That's right. Take pictures of that. That'll be intriguing. Oh, my phone is telling me to stand up so I can get to my stand goal. So we're going to end it on this note. That means it's been 50 minutes, has it not? Let's see.
We're not.
Look at that, 50 minutes.
We are not about to do another hour podcast.
No. I was just saying my Apple Watch is telling me to stand.
No, I know, but I just don't want to. Oh, that's loud.
No, we are good. We are good. So this is our first episode with headphones on too. So we kind of experimented. Finally, got some hardware to actually get them to work, and I enjoyed them. I don't know if it really will make a difference.
We had a lot of fun with them before we started recording.
We certainly did. You guys missed about 17 to 18 minutes of
ASMR
comedy. We'll just leave it at comedy. So I'm gonna mess with the settings a little bit to see if I can get it to sound a little different next time. I will smack you. Thank you all for listening to this episode of Dimes on Duval, presented by no one. Since we don't have a sponsor yet, if you have any ideas for sponsors, please reach out to us so we can reach out to them. But for now, follow us on social media. We are still at 99 followers on Twitter, which is frustrating as hell because we had 100 for about a day and a half, and it was just a bot, so it went away. But
one of those Russian bots.
Probably. One more follower on Twitter, we'll be at 100, and then we also have Facebook and Instagram as well.
Should we do another Chick-fil-A sweet tea giveaway?
That's up to you, dude. You're the one who apparently is the funder of that.
How about this? When we get to 100, we'll do a giveaway of a dozen golf balls.
Oh my gosh! Well, that's only if the person tweets at us something special. I don't know. Who cares? We probably won't get to 100. So episode we can iron it out.
If you want golf equipment, reach out to me.
Yeah, Skyler's your guy. So for Mike Yazji and Skyler Chase, I'm Keith Manzi. Thank you for listening to another episode of Dimes on Duval, and we'll catch you next time.
I love you, Trevor Lawrence.
Wow.